Hi, I'm Ashley Everett. I'm a professional dancer, and this is how I work it. I'm gonna take you through 24 hours of my beauty and wellness routine while I'm on tour. I would definitely say for a very long time, people recognize me the most from Single Ladies. So I've been in 2 Super Bowls, 8 world tours, over 30 music videos, and countless television shows. When you're prepping for a world tour, usually the rehearsal process is weeks, if not months. We are rehearsing every day. We are locked in. Good morning, Allure. It's about 11 a.m. where I'm at. I have rehearsed in a few hours, so I need to get myself up and ready. On tour, I usually wake up later because when we're doing shows, our shows don't even start until like 9. In case you're wondering what this is on my head, this is my silk bonnet I sleep in every night whenever my curls are out, because that is a 101 of preserving your curls, okay? I'm about to get started for the day, get myself ready, brush my teeth, wash my face. I have rehearsal, so I'm not really gonna apply too much facial products, just a wash and a moisturizer and probably some sunscreen because I am gonna be outside. I know I'm one who can lose weight very easily when I'm like dancing and sweating all day, and my appetite isn't there the way it should when I need to eat lunch. So staying on schedule for me is very important. So for breakfast, I like to go a little heavier and do some carbs, especially if I'm working out or doing a rehearsal. I got a smoothie because this is a great way to include some more nutrients. Because I'm traveling so much and working, and when you're tired and not sleeping as much as you can, you're prone to get sick, you know? So keeping a little lemon, ginger, cayenne in the mix is always key for me. Cheers. Over here is my little overnight suitcase. Lots of t-shirts, sports bras, sweaters, sweatpants. We have like our nude underwears, nude bras, and fishnets. And I always have a sneaker and a slide because comfort and then work. We spend a lot of time on the tour bus, on planes, on ferries, you know, it's a traveling production, so comfort is key. So we go to the venue early, or we will rehearse before the show. Get on stage before the audience loads in, before the opening act is doing sound check, before all of that. We're always fixing something, adding something in, improving the show. Once we're in like that hour to showtime mark, we have to be backstage, we have to be getting ready. I think a lot of people assume that being a dancer on tour, we have our own makeup artists, and we do not. So we have to learn how to do it ourselves. So I'm gonna do a typical stage live performance makeup look that I always go to. Generally for me, it takes anywhere from about 25, maybe 30 minutes to do my stage face. I timed myself one time and did it in 5 minutes. It wasn't my best work, but it got done. We're gonna do the Nyx Foundation in Almond. Now I'm gonna add a little concealer and do a little contour as well. This is that Honest Beauty concealer. It's so good. And this is something that I would bring with me to the quick change to add and use for like little touch-ups. Because we're on stage, I definitely go a little heavier and over-dramatize. I still sweat no matter what. Sweating is not gonna not happen for me. So I take a little makeup bag just to touch up, because you never know if your lash is gonna come off and you need to put some extra glue on it, or you know, it might rain and then your highlight's gone or whatever. Do you guys do this? Bring your contour into your eye. Gives like that definition. I'm not a pro, I just learned from TikTok. When I was 16 and I was training at Alvin Ailey, Beyoncé was rehearsing for an award show that she was gonna do in New York. Her choreographer was in the hallway. We like passed by each other and he just saw me. And so he invited me in the room, and Beyoncé was in there barefoot, sweating, no makeup on, hair a mess, you know, just working hard. She was so sweet. And he took my information, and then I never heard from him. But then, like a few months later was her audition. Her choreographer, Frank Gatson, remembered me from that day. So impressions and timing are everything. I did my foundation, my contour, blush, highlight, and some like definition around my eyes. I'm doing some brow gel now. I'm gonna go a little heavier on my eye. This is a little hack I like to use too. I like using my contour, whether I use cream or powder contour, I'll bring it into my eyelid a little bit too. I'm gonna do like a deeper crease. As you can tell, my eyelids are a little darker and deeper. I'm gonna put a little bit under the eye too. I'm not a big bottom eyeliner girl because my eyes get irritated. So I do eyeshadow underneath to give the definition. With tour, You never know what the weather's gonna be. We also did a tour with a pool in it, and we were kicking around water, so waterproof eyeliner and just products in general are very helpful on tour. I have sensitive eyes, so I usually go for a lash that is gonna give me like a little bit of glamour, but not too like caterpillar. I actually don't use the glue that the lashes provide, but I use Duo. Some people use like weave glue and stuff like that. I don't think it's that deep to me. Okay, now lips. I'm gonna go natural lip as well. And I don't usually do gloss. I prefer matte because being a dancer, if your hair is out, it doesn't get caught in that. I'm gonna powder myself a little bit more. Another thing I like to do, depending on our costumes and stuff, I like to add like a little bit of body shimmer sometimes to like the collarbones to give like that image that you're bronzy and glowy everywhere. So now that the face is done, fix the hair, zhuzh her up like we're doing a show. But I will say that my hair goes through its like worst times when I'm on tour. So I have to be better about like the maintenance and the deep conditioning and all of that, because with the shows and heat and trying to style it the way we want to look, it can be very grueling and just damaging. I always keep some form of a hair mask because masking is important for hair like mine. And then another thing, being a color treated girl, Olaplex is very important. People always ask how I get so much volume. A, it's texture, but also a pick. And we are ready for the show. Pre-show. We're about to go, first show, OTR2. On the job, injuries occur, things happen, you know, you get cut up. We're on stages that are being built every single day and then torn down again. And they're made out of like metal and the craziest things to sustain for that long. You might slip, you might get cut, you might, you know, have a bruise. Sometimes we have to cover them up with makeup. Sometimes, you know, you gotta sit out of a show. Knee pads are usually used for rehearsals because we never know how long or how many times we're gonna be running a certain number, and if it's floor work, protect your knees. We always wear a pair of fishnet tights that match our complexion. That is one thing I think Beyoncé honestly truly started. These are the key to no cellulite, no jiggle. Some people do 2 pairs of these and then another layer of like the shimmery sheer tights under to look like airbrushy. I am probably one of the faster quick changers. I think the Rockettes actually taught me that because we had one quick change that was exactly 90 seconds and we had to change everything from our hair to our shoes. I think my favorite moment when I'm on stage, I love like when they cut the lights off from shining on us, then I can see everybody. And you see everybody's cameras and you see everybody's joy and crying and, you know, happy tears. And it's so much passion that it just fills you up. Okay, so once the show's over, boom, we go to our quick change, we grab everything that we took with us to touch ourselves up, and we hit it back to our backstage dressing room. They'll give us some food because we're starving and we just did a 2-hour show. Sometimes we will go back to the hotel and then travel on the bus the next morning. Got my wine. I'm ready for bed. I love a good bath. That is probably the ultimate wind down. And then I'll get a glass of wine and just pop on like a movie, some music, my smells, whether it's a candle or some incense, just to like calm down from all of the energy we just put out. I wash my face, tone it, and then I'll retinol and moisturize. We usually have like a departure time, like from end of show to when we're leaving for the next city. Anywhere from like 1 to 5 a.m. Sometimes we're lingering at the venue till 3 in the morning because we have to catch a ferry at 10 a.m. On the hardest days, you know, I look back and just see how far I've come and remember the people that I've influenced and the people looking up to me and the responsibility now that I have. I'm carrying this legacy and I want to represent it well and I want to inspire. So the youth and the next generations are the ones that I'm aiming towards. We are finally coming down from all of the adrenaline. It's like 2 a.m. here. Have my glass of wine, lit my candle right there, and I am ready for bed. Thank you, Allure. Good night.